right, half a day, everybody. It's week 16 for KUAM Pigskin Pick'ems. Chris Malafunkashun, Barnett, Andy Wheeler, Ken Nicolas, and I am merely Jason Salas. Chris also having one of Chile's famous milkshakes right now.
Yeah, this is the Oreo creation. It's off menu, but if you be nice, you know, the great, attentive, lovely staff here at Chili's will whip one up.
Chris knows a guy.
Yeah, I know a guy.
It helps to have friends in high places. Well, speaking of which, the Chargers and 49ers, guys, start with you, Andy. Kind of Chargers fighting for their playoff life right now. 49ers already mathematically out of it and everything. Who do you see in this game?
It's going to be a tough one. I think the way that San Diego is playing and knowing that they really have to fight to get into that playoff spot, I think they're really going to step it up. And just all the issues that the Niners are having, cutting McDonald and Kaepernick is playing worthlessly. I just think that the Chargers are really going to step it up and win this one.
All right, Chris, what do you think? Because the Chargers, there's a lot more on the line for them right now. It's one of those weird situations where they're kind of on the bubble. 49ers, now it's a pride game.
Yeah, I really think San Francisco has to end this season on a high note, so to speak. And, you know, Cap, like Andy said, I really expect a lot more from him, and it's going to be a tough game, but I picked the Niners to come out with the W.
All right, Ken, what does our online community say?
Viewers at home think 63% think that the Chargers are going to come away with the win, and the remaining 37% going for the 49ers. So.
All right, well, San Francisco is still a very tough place to play, even if technically they moved about 40 miles south to Santa Clara. All right, who won last week's before we get to the next game?
Last week's winner was Frank Rodriguez, F-Rod. Oh, sorry, Felix Rodriguez. He got 15 out of 16 games correct last week, and it was a rough week last week. So
yeah, it was.
It was.
Congratulations to you, Felix, coming to the KUAM studios.
Better than all of us combined, I believe.
Yeah. Okay. Maybe you should be over here, Felix.
Yeah, we'd love to have you sit in and share some of your knowledge with us. All right, guys, speaking of knowledge, Andy, back to you. The Kansas City Chiefs are traveling to the Steel City to take on Pittsburgh. Real tough place to play, especially this time of year.
Yeah, really tough place to play, and there's a lot of playoff implications for both teams. It's one of those like, all right, win, and then you need a tie from this team. And so the AFC North up for grabs, and of course Kansas City and the AFC West, they're fighting for that spot. But playing in Pittsburgh, it's going to be a tough one. Big Ben, the offense, they're kind of rolling. They're putting some good games together. I think that the Steelers are going to win.
Yeah, Chris, we've had at least 100 Steelers games on the air this season, everything like that.
Yeah.
It's a great atmosphere to play, and it might be just a little bit cold.
Yeah, just a little nippy. You know, both these teams have been very inconsistent all season long, so to me this game's a toss-up. You know, Big Ben, he's hot one week, he's cold the next, and the same goes with the Chiefs. So I honestly don't know who to pick, so I went with Pittsburgh because they're at home.
All right, Ken, what do you say?
75% of the viewers at home believe the Steelers are going to take it away. They have a strong running game, running presence the past few weeks. Yep. But I think the Chiefs will win. They're only 25% of the people pick them, but you know, they have a chance to make it into the playoffs.
Okay.
And,
so I'm going to switch my pick and go with what Ken said.
Yeah, I think that might be former.
My picks are not doing any good this year.
Former
so
Lieutenant Governor Kaleo Moylan may have voted more than once. A huge Steeler fan and a very, very passionate one. All right, guys, a big game coming up for us, and this one's going to be at 11:30 a.m. on KUAM TV. The Colts and the Cowboys. That is a big one.
That's a big one. Cowboys, surprisingly, they don't play that well at home. Mm-hmm. On the road, they're undefeated. But playing at home and Indianapolis, they're a really good team. Andrew Luck is having a great year. It's not a conference, it's not a division game or anything like that, but it's just two really good offenses. I'm looking forward to seeing that one, so I'm going to go with the Colts.
Yeah, and Chris, Andrew Luck does have that gunslinger mentality. He can throw 9 interceptions in a game, but the last 2 minutes of the game, if
he's throwing 4 touchdowns.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, he did major in architecture at Stanford, so you know he knows how to put things together. What do you see?
I'm going with the Cowboys on this. You know, usually by this point of the season, the Cowboys have totally fallen apart. But man, Romo's pushing, DeMarco Murray. I think they have all the weapons. I just think they got to step up on the defensive end.
All right, guys,
to pull out the W.
And the last game, this is going to be a good one because NFC West teams, Eddie, Seahawks at Cardinals.
Seahawks, they're on fire. Cardinals, yes, they're playing good defense. They're a solid all-around team. But I just don't think that they're going to be able to keep up or score on that Seattle defense.
Carson Palmer lost for the season, of course. Chris, what do you think real quick?
I hate the Seahawks. I'm picking the Cardinals. That's that.
No mincing words for here, my friend.
With Ryan Lindley
just come right out with it.
Yeah. I mean, Cardinals defense is, you know, they deserve some credit, man, and I think this is going to be a real defensive battle.
Yeah, unless Patrick Peterson plays a little quarterback and everything like that, it might be tough in the desert. All right, Ken, what have you got for this game?
69% of the players at home believe that Seattle's going to come away with it. Mm-hmm. You know, they have good momentum in the past 8 weeks. They've only lost 1 game, and you know, they have a chance to clinch the NFC. So,
and Ryan Lindley's starting for Arizona.
Yeah,
I mean,
Arizona hasn't.
Come
Is
on.
the Legion of Boom going to eat him alive? That is going to be the question.
Yeah.
That and many more await you. So make sure you cast your picks. KUAM.com/pick'ems. We'll see you next week.